Welcome back to the Rugby Oaks. My name's George, and the Rugby Championship of 2024 has come to an end. And it's come to an end in a great way. The Boks victorious at home in Nelspruit. Eben Etzebeth getting the record, 128 caps. Unbelievable. Sorry, it's not a bit like you played in there. But what an end to the tournament. What we're going to do for you today is give you our team of the tournament. It's just players 1 to 15. Not going to give a bomb squad or a bench. It's just our thoughts. Let us know what you think in the comments. Some of them might be outrageous. Some of them might not be. Stick around till the end. But we'll get stuck in straight away. And number one, there can only be one. Oxen Chair. He was immense. He he definitely cemented his spot at the number one prop in the world, number one loose head in the world, number one for the Springboks as well. He was incredible at scrum time. His running with the ball was immense. He just smashed through people. He just looked like he was hitting a peak of his career here. So if we keep him sweet and keep him like this, we're on for a special one, folks. Oxen Chair. Could he be player of the tournament? We'll see. But anyway, on to number two, Cody Taylor, hooker for the Kiwis. He was one of their best players throughout the tournament. Without him on the field, you could see it just didn't seem to click as well. In a way, it's similar to like Malcolm Marx and Bongi. Marx's throwing wasn't 100%, but he's getting back to form. So notable mentions, I suppose, is Marx and Bongi, and then Montoya wasn't his usual self. He's normally immense as well, but Cody Taylor takes it for sure for the tournament. Then number three, Frans Malherbe. You don't get a better scrummaging pair, Oxen Chair and Frans Malherbe. He didn't play the whole tournament, but every game he played, we bloody won. It's not saying he's the reason we win, but what he did to the RGs in the last game on Saturday, we buckled them. Was expecting a few more scrum penalties, but anyway, we move on. Want to mention there Terrell Lomax. He's on the rise, a youngster for the Kiwis. I think we keep an eye on him because he's a big unit as well. So, but not to be hard done by. But Frans Malherbe, you take it. Right then, number four. Eben Etzebeth. There could only be Eben Etzebeth at number four. Most capped Bok, best lock in the world, best lock in the tournament. He played every game in the tournament, and he just doesn't ever give you a bad performance. So Eben Etzebeth, for sure. I'm so happy as well with that record, but I'm going to bang on about it more and more. Anyway, on to our first Argentinian, Marcus Kremer. Now, I know he didn't play in the last game. He got injured against us in the previous round. Injured by his own play, unfortunately. But he is a massive human being. He plays hard, abrasive rugby. I was having a chat to Matt yesterday. And to be fair, and he made a good point, I reckon Marcus Kremer would be one of the few players who'd make it into the Boks, not starting team, but the Boks squad setup. He brings the same sort of physicality and sort of dog that we look for in a forward, in a five lock. So yeah, he's nuts. Sorry that he is injured. Notable mentions: Runoki had a hell of a tournament, and he put his hand up there. I'm really happy for him. And Tupu Vai also, he was one of the better players as well for the Kiwis in a challenging period of their sort of rugby era. They are on the rise, though. I don't want to make it sound like the Kiwis are absolutely obliterated. They're not. They're still bloody good. But yeah, Marcus Kremer, number five. Then number six, this might cause a stir, but most people would think Sia Khaleesi. And look, he's thereabout. But Wallace Satiti, I think he is the find of the season for New Zealand. And I reckon their coach was a bit bummed that he didn't play every game for them. But what a guy. He's so good. He's young. And he could also be one of the few players who'd make it into a box setup. So strong. And the way he runs and stuff. Does he want to come play for the Stormers? Nothing against the Stormers back three, but what a player. So yeah, one to keep an eye on for the future for sure. Number seven, there can only be Pieter-Steph du Toit, best player in the world. I've said it so many times, I'll bang on about it. And in my opinion, knocking on the door for player of the tournament maybe. Scored so many tries, so many tackles, so many everythings. He played every bloody position in the forward pack. Now, he played 5, he played 7, he played 8, I think he did. Anyway, he is incredible, and he has got to be up there for player of the year, surely. Right, enough about him. Ardy Surveyor coming in at 8. Look, Ardy didn't have his. He did play well. He played very well. He scored the most. I think he's broken their record, most forward tries, or sorry, most tries for a forward for the Kiwis. He's just one of those players that doesn't stop. I feel like he could have been. He was one gear short, but he definitely was the number 1-8 in the tournament. And again, another player that I think the Springboks would love to have if we ever invited a Kiwi over, because he's just also got that like mad dog in him that just you hear him screaming and he runs. It's scary. Also, it's a bit crazy. But yeah, guys, on that note, before we get onto the backline, we are building this Rugby X community. Help us on this journey. Like, subscribe, share. Let us join us for a laugh and stuff. We try and be as fun as possible and make you guys not only laugh but give you the information you want, the rugby information you want. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. Anyway, onto the backline. So I've gone with Cortez Ratimer. He brought that little bit of pace that the Kiwi backline normally is used to having. Nothing against DJ Perenara, but you could just see them like kick a gear up when Cortez is on. Also, some big tackles I think I saw him make. But 9s and 10s have been a bit, this tournament, they've been chopped and changed a fair amount. Like Grant Williams, if he wasn't injured, would have played more. So he would have potentially had a chance. Kobus Reinach played very well. Jaden Hendricks in the last game looked so good. But that's just one game, I suppose. But it has been the tournament, I suppose, for Cortez Ratimer. So he takes the number 9. Number 10, it was a tough one, but I've gone with Sasha Feinberg and Ngomazulu. He played very well when he played for the Boks. I know we've had him and we had Andre and we had Mani Lubbock playing. Mani looked so good this previous game. And then when Andre came on as well, a little dink through for Jesse to pick up and score. He's kicking for poles as usual, everyone talks about, because he doesn't bloody miss, touch wood. But Sasha Feinberg and Ngomazulu, another sort of find, I suppose, of the season for us, or find. He looks the package, and yeah, he's a good one. D-Mac, Damien McKenzie, was a little bit inconsistent, but he had moments of glory or greatness. And then Thomas Albornoz, he's a player on the rise and one to watch as well for the Argentinians. He looked really good. His kicking for poles was decent, and I think he's still a youngster, I suppose, and he will play into his role then. I think he's definitely one to watch. On to number 11, Caleb Clark. Can he be Caleb Clark? 6 tries in the tournament, didn't even play every game. I know he didn't play against us in our second game. I think he would have if he wasn't injured. I think he hurt his back. You saw him walking around like an ice pack at the end of the game, waving to the fans. Incredible. He's a big unit and he's quick. And I think I'm surprised he didn't play every game, but obviously he missed the one for us against us. With his injury. I'm glad he missed it, to be fair, because he would have been a one to worry about. So yeah, Caleb Clark. Next one, inside center, number 12, Damien Dallander. He's so good. He's got to be best inside center in the world. Yes, I know there's Bundy Aki, but Geordie Barrett is not firing all cylinders. I know he's injured, so maybe he's been playing with an injury. But Damien Dallander, incredible. Notable mention, Santiago Chocobares. He was really good. Unfortunately, got injured in this game on the weekend. But he was really good, and he's another one to watch for the Argentinians. Damien Dallander, immense. And then number 13, his partner in crime, Jesse Krill. He played every game. I think he almost played every minute. He may have, but he played every game for the Boks of this tournament. It shows that we relied on him a bit, because you could have subbed him off, or Damien could have stayed on and come on at 13 in the last game, but we kept Jesse on. And it must say something. Russie sees something in him. I mean, everyone's got to see something in him. Jesse Krill is having the sort of last 2 seasons of his life. He's playing so well, and I'm so happy for him. So yeah, best centre partnership in the world. Come at me. Tell me in the comments what you think. Right. Last 2 players. Chesn Colby, number 14. Step here in a phone booth, as people say, ankle breaker. Man, what a player. He's also up there for player of the tournament and potentially even player of the year. He's so good. And he will be one of the first names you see on a team sheet. And I think any team in the world will be sort of begging or lucky to have him. And I'm so happy South Africa has him. Cheslin, Colby, my man, number 14, and then to round the team off, another South African. And we're not being biased, but this guy stood out. Apalele Fassi. Oh my gosh, scored I think 4 or 5 tries in the tournament. He made a couple small mistakes here and there, but nothing life changing. He got a yellow card, but my man, my word, when he has the ball in hand, his jumps, his catches, his kicking, his running, he's so good. And I'm so glad he's back in the setup because he's been out and he's not been playing. He's not been in sort of form enough to make the box squad, but he's playing well for the Sharks. But now he's in the form of his life. He's playing so good. But then Will Jordan as well, notable mention there. He's back in the 15 jersey, and that is where he belongs. I know he plays well on the wing, but he is an out-and-out fullback. And he probably would have made it had Apalele Fassi not scored all the tries he did and played as bloody well as he did. But that's the team we've gone with. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is there some crazy calls there? I don't think so. We've got 9 Boks, 5 New Zealanders and 1 Argentinian. Not a single Aussie. Unfortunately, the Aussies, they're rebuilding. So they didn't have anyone notice. We can talk about Angus Bell, who played well. Lolosio at fly half, but unfortunately, they just didn't cut the mustard for this tournament. That's the team. Let us know what you think. Give us a like, a share, a subscribe, and leave us your comments. Thanks very much. Cheers.